All right, this is the solving inequalities tutorial video. First thing you want to remember is you're going to solve it basically the same way as solving an equation. So you're going to use inverse operations. So if you wanted to, you could cover up the 10. So it's just an x, and then you would do the inverse operations. So subtract 6 from both sides. Negative 34 minus 6 gives you negative 40. Bring down what's left. Since it's 10 times x, you're going to do the inverse, which is division. Now, to graph this, that would be a closed dot because it's greater than or equal to, so it can be equal to there. And if the numbers are greater than negative 4, like 0 would be greater than, so that's why you shade that to the right. Another one of those. So this one right here, your x is 7x, so the first thing you want to do is get rid of that 9, so the opposite of adding 9 is subtracting 9. So I think that negative 341 minus 9 should give you negative 350, yes. Divide by 7. Now, our answer is negative, but we did not divide by a negative, so we do not flip our inequality here. So this one right here, you're going to add 6 because you're trying to get x all by itself. Negative 18 plus 6 will give you negative 12. Now, you will divide by whatever is next to your x. So you're going to divide by negative 4, not positive 4. Divide by negative 4. So x, negative 12 divided by negative 4 is 3. But since you divide by a negative, this is where you have to flip that inequality. Now, let's pick a number that is greater than 3. So greater than 3 would be, say, 5. So I'm going to plug in 5 to test it. I'm going to plug in 5 in place of x. I just picked a number that was bigger than 3, since its x is greater than or equal to 3. So I'll give you negative 20. Negative 26 is less than negative 18. So that checks out for a number that's greater than 3. So if I forgot to flip it, I'm going to show you what happens. So if I picked a number that was, if I forgot to flip, so if I made a mistake, so say if I did a number, say if I did 0, that's, whoops, if it was x is less than or equal to 3. So my test number would be 0. So if I did negative 4 times 0, put 0 in place of x. So negative 4 times 0 would give you 0. Negative 6 is not less than negative 18, so that's why it doesn't work. So this one is your correct answer. So when you divide by negative, that's where you flip the inequality. Now this one, I think the safest way to do this one is to plug in answer choices because it's kind of easy to make a mistake. So I'm going to start plugging in negative 6 in place of x. So I'm going to put, every one of them is going to have this inequality here. So this is going to be my x. I'm going to plug in answer choices until I get one that works. So negative 6 is going to go here. Negative 5 is going to go here in place of x, etc. Then I'm going to solve it. So 6 times negative 6, it gives you negative 36 plus 4, so that gives you negative 32. Is negative 32 greater than negative 26? And that's a no. So that one has to go. It's not going to work. This one right here would be negative 30 plus 4. That gives you negative 26. Negative 26 is not greater than negative 26, so that needs to go. 6 times 0 gives you 0. So that gives you 4. 4 is greater than negative 26, and if I tried the other one, that would give you negative 60 plus 4, so that's negative 56. That is not greater than negative 26. Now, if you wanted to balance that, you can do that too. I'm just pretty bad about making that silly mistake. So, first step would be to add your 4. Divide by 6, divide by 6. Oops, that should have been a plus 4. So subtract 4, so let me rewrite that since I messed up. Subtract 4. So 6x is greater than negative 30. Divide by 6, divide by 6. So x should be greater than negative 5. So the reason b did not work is negative 5 is not greater than negative 5. The only one that's greater than negative 5 is 0. All right, this one right here, we're going to subtract 3 from both sides, which gives you negative 80. Divide by negative 8. Since we divide by a negative, we flip the inequality. And since that was a negative coefficient, we have to divide by negative, not a positive 8. Now, 0 is not greater than 10. 4 is not greater than 10. 10 is not greater than 10, so it's C. If you graphed that, you could graph your solutions. Your solutions would be everything that's in the shaded region. So 11 is over here, so that's an answer choice. 10, it's an open dot, so it's not equal to, so that's not a solution. 4 is not in the shaded area. And 0 is not in the shaded area. Let's try a word problem. It's kind of hard to see. My apologies. So we've got a $50 setup fee, so that's a one-time thing. And it's $7 per shirt. So that's going to get rid of that one. You have exactly $200, but you could, it's maximum, so you're allowed to spend $200. So I'm going to get rid of C. Now, if I'm not sure which direction my inequality is going to go, I'm going to test it. The $200 is consistent every single time. The variable is what's confusing. So I'm going to put in a test number. So I could spend $100 and that would be okay. Without the variable, it's easier. Then you've got crocodile eats the bigger number, but we were also allowed to spend exactly $200. Hope this video helped.